Welcome to Being Deeply. Today, I would like to talk to you about fasting. As a matter of fact, right now I'm on day 5 of an extended water fast. So I'm going to be sharing with you how that's been going for me, as well as I like to talk about some of the things you can expect from going through a fast and some of the benefits, and ultimately just try to encourage you to get through a fast, or maybe to start one of your own. So this fast that I'm on right now has been easier than I had expected. However, I think that's because I've done many other fasts in my life, and I started off my first fast as a 3-day water fast, and at times, especially near the end, it seemed to be nearly unbearable. But this time around, I've done several 1-day fasts or 30-hour fasts earlier in the month, and I believe it's because of that I had a lot easier of a time adapting to an extended fast. So on day 1, my fast seemed like just any ordinary day. It didn't really seem much different. But on day 2, I started to become weak and feeling a little irritable and feeling really hungry. I didn't have a lot of energy, so I didn't really leave my apartment too much. But on day 3, when I normally found it to be at its worst, I felt actually kind of good. I didn't feel hungry anymore. I was still maybe a little bit tired or feeling a little bit weak, but not as much as I would have expected. And I began to experience a fasting high. And I think this is one of the reasons why people do fasts. I became more present. I became more aware. But at the same time, I had a little bit of a slower mind, which might have aided with the process, a little bit more of a foggy mind. And I think this is the reason that religious groups do fasting, so they can get closer to God. And I can see how they would attribute this experience to such. But on day 4, it didn't really seem to change too much. I felt a little bit weaker perhaps, and I started to crave random different foods. I even had the desire to go travel to other parts of the world to get foods I was familiar with. It was just kind of bizarre. And on day 5, it's about the same. It's certainly manageable, and it's certainly comfortable enough to go through. There is a small urge to break the fast early, but it's just in the back of the mind. And throughout this fast, after day 3, I can really feel my body cleansing itself out in various different ways. For example, my tongue became white, which is a sign of detoxing, and I felt tiny little bits of soreness in different muscles, which I take as a sign as the old cells being used for energy, which allows new ones to come in. So some of the things you can expect during a fast are, of course, tiredness, low energy, being irritable, feeling hungry, and having a hungry feeling stomach. And these are all normal, but it's not to give up. It's they're good signs. It means the fast is working. And you can also expect to feel the fasting high, which I believe the religious groups seek for when they have their fasts. And some of the benefits of fasting are, of course, weight loss and fat burning. Now, I didn't do this fast to lose weight, but when you do a fast, after a certain amount of time, I believe 24 hours, your body goes into a state of ketosis, which means it shifts from using glucose or sugar for energy to using fat for energy. And if you do it long enough, your body will burn up most of your fat reserves. And there's also a lot of toxins stored in your fat, so you'll be flushing these out as well. But you'll also be gaining more human growth hormone on about and beyond the third day, and exponentially more the more you do this, as well as you'll gain more T cells, which is excellent, and your body will eventually start to burn old dead cells for energy and replenish them with new, healthy, vibrant ones. And of course, you'll start to feel fasting high. You'll start to feel more present. You'll start to feel good. And after the fast as well, you should feel lighter than you were before. Lighter on the scale, but also lighter spiritually, if you know what I mean. So, if you've never done a fast before, I would like to encourage you to start small, because you could be putting your body into shock, and for certain individuals, it could even be dangerous. So I suggest you start with maybe 16 hours or 18 hours and move up to 24 hours and gradually increase it. And I would say don't fast any more than once a week. And after you've gotten used to this, you can try to do an extended fast. There's also many different kinds of fasts, like water fasts and dry fasts, which I do not recommend, and juice fasting, which is a good way to continue to get nutrients, but could be dangerous because of the sugar levels in the juice. And there's also some elixirs you can make with sodium and other minerals that you can add to your water to aid in the process. It's perfectly safe to drink most types of teas. Some recommend against green or black teas, but most scientists say that any kind of tea is perfectly safe and won't bring your fast. I personally suggest against drinking coffee during this time. And aside from that, you can eat up to about 50 calories per day. So you could eat perhaps a small leafy green salad with some olive oil on it, and that can help tide your hunger a little bit. I'd also like to mention that fasting can be helpful for a lot of different medical issues. One of them being diabetes can help reduce or reverse diabetes, digestive issues, skin issues, and many others. However, you'll have to talk to your doctor to find out more about that or do some further research. So, I would like to thank you for watching this video. And if you're new here, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe or look at more of my videos. In this channel, it is my intention to share wisdom and insight and inspiration to help people along on their spiritual journeys. So, again, I'd like to thank you for watching. I would like to ask you to consider leaving a like or a comment, let me know what you thought, and giving a subscribe, and maybe even sharing this video with somebody that this could be helpful with. So, as always, I love you all, and namaste.